What's up, people? Cypher here. This is a basic guide to using Shrike. Shrike is very similar to Irinica when it comes to setup and usage. Just a couple of variable differences. Yeah, and even then, it's only somewhat subtle. Now, let's get into who he is. He's a RavenGuard. He is the chapter master of the RavenGuard, and he rose from captain. He done a lot of good things to really bring his name up, and he ended up the master. So he rightfully holds a very good place. His skills are outstanding. This first one you've got here is dodge. So always a good one. One of the better skills of this game, especially when you stack them. Then move along from that, we've got marked target 3. Now this is very similar, if not almost identical, to Zealous Assault 3. Which, again, this is why I say Irinica has Zealous Assault 3. Shrike has marked target 3. Now both of them have a 30% chance to increase the damage dealt. It can go up to 78% if you were to max the character out in terms of their fragments. But right now mine's on 60%. Even then, that's a good marginal difference. That's a good marginal increase, in my opinion. His in-game skill, he leaps at targets, dealing 810% attack skill damage. And it's pretty cool to watch. He kind of just disappears and then appears. He does like a giganto jump and then bang, he lands on one of the enemies and completely obliterates them. 9 times out of 10. So his in-game skill is very effective also. Now, when it comes to his attributes, his tiny little buffs that he puts towards a deployment when you add him to a deployment, he really just ups Vanguard's. He's got the HP increase, the defense increase, and then you've got attacker's attack, which is I love that one. There's a couple of heroes that have that specific little stat boost. And I like those in terms of there's other ones that have defender's attack or defender's defense. It's really nice to sort of see the coordination of it. Their final skill, in terms of the green one, Indomitable Defense 3. Which you gain an increase of which you gain 20%, or it can go up to 31% damage reduction to the attack that you're doing. So cool. He can subtly use a fixed skill to dampen a little bit of damage for you, all the while having the 30% chance of increasing your damage dealt by up to 78%. All the while having the chance, and I think it's about an 18% chance, to dodge any attacks that come his way or come our way. That's a very effective lineup of skills. Therefore, he works very well in most deployments. He's just a good complement to any deployment. You're obviously going to want to have maybe more of a Vanguard built deployment when it comes to adding him into the deployments. Therefore, you're gaining a better buff out of it. But I always implore that you ensure to put all troops in the deployment so you can gain their passive skills or their passive buffs. Now, his hero skills are pretty darn interesting. If you were to put him with Telion and Maya, they all gain a 15% attack boost. And then the Primaris squad and the Vanguards are gaining 10% boost on their HP. Telion boosts Primaris, Shrike boosts Vanguards. So this is already looking like a very neat deployment that could potentially bring some nice buffs. So it's down to Maya. I couldn't be too certain. I haven't looked at her enough to say that I can tell you exactly what her buffs are and such without having to go in to see her. So that's the Fatal Ambush combo. The Foe's Bane combo is the one that I'm kind of looking at going, wow, because that's looking dangerous. Okay, you've got the 25% boost on a hero attack. Now, these 3 heroes alone are scary legendary heroes, so boosting their attack by 25% is crazy. Then you've got the Vanguard veterans gaining the HP boost, and the Dreadnoughts gaining a defense boost. Now, 10%, as I said, is not a huge amount, but when you're adding it onto other things, Agatone has huge buffs for Dreadnoughts anyway. Shrike has huge buffs for Vanguards anyway. Corso, I'm pretty certain he's another crazy cool one in terms of attacker's attack, you know? So having all those 3 together, you've really gained some nice buffs for those troops anyway. And then this combo alone is now adding this extra bit for nothing. Not to mention the skills that are in this. You've got Corsaro and Shrike both have dodge. Then you have Corsaro's Orbital Disruption 3 style. And then I believe Agatone complements power in the deployment. So he will deal with all kind of fixed power ratios. Maybe has a debuffer as well. I'm not too certain in terms of the skill of debuffing. I really need to go test that out, to be honest. Maybe we'll do that in the next coming days. So both of his hero combos to me are very tempting to try out and see. Unfortunately, within this episode, I can't do any attacking. I can't even bop a base, which is completely depressing. Unfortunately, I'm in Sector 2, and we are in the BTS, and the BTS is a 6-day kill day. So it is basically 6 days of shield, and I've already put a 3-day bubble on. I can't, and I won't waste a 3-day bubble just so I can go hit a bot. You know how it is. So unfortunately, this episode's going to be missing the Bopper bot and any other sort of attacks, purely because I'm in a very silly sector. But on an overview, Shrike is a very effective character. He can pretty much go into any deployment. I'd suggest that you not use him for a rally lead deployment. Doesn't seem like a very wise choice. It's still kind of work-ish, but there's so many other choices that you could use in more of effective ways. So Shrike's probably best used in a rally when it comes to the damage control or the filler, especially the filler. He is very important in the filler, because filler is usually just all heroes dodge. So lo and behold, legendary dodge. You really do want to be throwing that one in there if he's not already in your damage unit going into a rally or whatnot. If you're the filler, you send this dude. When it comes to solos and when it comes to soloing bases, Shrike can be very effective. Again, he's adding marked target, he's bringing the dodge. He can really give that edge in terms of a battle that will allow you to knock down a base that you couldn't normally knock down, purely because of certain lucky chances, like you dodged a few of their attacks to say that then you rolled over those deployments before they could attack again. So Shrike is very, very important as a character, in my opinion, when it comes to deployments. You got 5 deployment setups to save. I would implore one of them at least having Shrike within the deployment. He's very useful and very effective, and he's quite okay to come by. Not so much nowadays, is a bit fluctuant when it comes to his fragments. However, he's usually available in the BTS rewards and available in a few of the hero crates that come through via Supremacy, Enyo and such. I'm not specifically sure which ones. I don't have any of the crates on me to actually do any checking. And also, I think we've got a bug right now in terms of the crates, so the names on the crates aren't aligning to what's in the crates. So I wouldn't be able to just look at the crates and go, oh, that's what's inside. We used to have a crate that had a Dreamer, Shrike and Lysander. That's changed now, I'm pretty certain, and I don't think it has Shrike in anymore. However, Shrike does come back and forth. He appears in the BTS quite often, and there's a few other events that he usually does appear on. He was a part of the heroic trial as well before Garadon took over, so be sure that he may even rotate back to the heroic trial after a while. Well, I hope this video helped. Thank you very much for watching it. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment if you like to. Much appreciated if you do. Bless up.
Wherever you tread lightly. We are closer than you think, and our blades are sharp.